I am a teacher at a small school in my town. I wake up early every morning because I have a lot to do. My alarm rings at 6 o'clock, and I get out of bed quickly. I drink a big glass of water first. Then, I go to the kitchen to make some coffee. I love the smell of coffee in the morning. While the coffee is brewing, I take a quick shower. I get dressed in comfortable but professional clothes. After that, I eat breakfast, which is usually toast with jam or some cereal. I pack my bag with my books, my laptop, and my lunch. I always make sure I have my red pen for grading papers. I leave my house at 7:30 and walk to the bus stop. The bus ride takes about 20 minutes. Sometimes, I read a book on the bus, and sometimes, I just look out the window. When I arrive at the school, it is still very quiet. I go to the staff room to say good morning to the other teachers. We talk for a few minutes before we go to our classrooms. I unlock my classroom door and turn on the lights. I open the windows to let in some fresh air. Then, I look at my lesson plan for the day. I write the date and the day's schedule on the whiteboard. I make sure all the desks and chairs are neat. At 8:30, the bell rings and the students start to come in. They are usually very noisy and energetic. I stand by the door and smile at them. I say good morning to each student as they enter. They put their bags away and sit at their desks. When everyone is seated, I ask them to be quiet. We start the day by taking attendance. I call out their names, and they say here. Our first lesson is usually English, which is my favorite subject to teach. Today we are learning about adjectives. I write some examples on the board, like big, small, happy, and sad. I ask the students to give me more examples, and they raise their hands. They give good answers, and I praise them. We do some exercises from the textbook together. Then, I give them a worksheet to do on their own. I walk around the room to see if anyone needs help. Sometimes, a student asks a question, and I explain the answer carefully. It is important to be patient when teaching. After English, we have a short break. The students go outside to play in the yard. I stay in the classroom to check their worksheets. Most of them did a very good job. The next lesson is math, and we are learning how to add big numbers. Math can be difficult for some students, so I try to make it fun. We use small blocks to help count the numbers. We solve problems together on the board. After math, it is finally time for lunch. I eat my sandwich in the staff room with my friends. We talk about our weekend plans and share funny stories about our students. After lunch, we have science. Today, we are learning about plants. I show them a small plant and point to the roots, stem, and leaves. We talk about how plants need water and sunlight to grow. The students are very interested and ask many questions. The last lesson of the day is art. The students love art because they can be creative. Today, we are drawing pictures of our families. They use colored pencils and markers to make their drawings bright. I walk around and look at their work. They are all very different and beautiful. At 3 o'clock, the final bell rings. The school day is over. The students pack their bags and line up at the door. I say goodbye to them and tell them to have a good evening. They leave the classroom, and it is quiet again. I sit at my desk and feel a little tired, but also happy. I spend the next hour grading papers and planning tomorrow's lessons. I want to make sure the next day is just as good. When I finish my work, I pack my bag and turn off the lights. I lock the classroom door and walk back to the bus stop. The bus ride home is relaxing. When I get home, I change into comfortable clothes. I make dinner, which is usually something simple like pasta or a salad. After dinner, I relax by watching a movie or reading a book. Sometimes, I call my family or friends to talk. I go to bed around 10 o'clock. I need to get enough sleep because I have to wake up early again tomorrow. Being a teacher is hard work, but I love my job. I love helping students learn and grow. Every day is different, and every day brings a new challenge. I am proud to be a teacher.